give people samples of free products. It can be a free consultation. It'll give them a taste of what you're offering and encourage them to purchase with you in the future. A few of the benefits of free sample distribution are it'll help you to introduce a new product or service. It can increase loyalty among existing customers, and it can help you to introduce your product or service to people who are unfamiliar with your brand. So it's great. In terms of marketing, you have to know your customer inside out. Their demographics, their psychographics, geographically where they're located, what are their buying patterns, what helps them to make their buying decision. So KLT is an acronym for Know, Like, and Trust. People need to get to know you, like you, and trust you before they will purchase your product or your service, especially with higher priced items, cars, if you're consulting services. Impulse items is not a thing because you just go to the grocery store, oh my goodness, there's some chocolate, you just grab it. There's nothing there, it's just like 2 seconds. One of the key things to remember is that competing on price, it doesn't matter. Never try and just to be competing on price. It's never the only reason that people buy. What makes you unique is both relevant and appealing, is what makes you most relevant and appealing to your target markets. I went to a Porsche dealership. Yeah, no guys, I'm not in that range yet, but I went to a Porsche dealership. And I was literally like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna wear? Are they gonna talk to me? I mean, I've gone to regular dealerships and they snuff at me because they're like trying to qualify me as soon as I walk in the door. So I went and literally I stepped here and there's somebody to greet me right there and she's like, hi, how are you? Blah, blah. And I was just like, you're talking to me? Like, I'm at Porsche and you're talking to me. I felt like uber special. And again, that to me was about the experience. Referrals are so easy to get, but if you do not ask for them, you will not get them because they are not in the forefront of the mind of your customer. They could have a great experience sometimes if you're not just like, hey, did you like what I did? Did you like our experience together? Were you satisfied with our product or service? Can you refer, if you know anybody else right now or anybody in the future that's looking for this type of service or product, do you mind referring me? And usually they'll be like, yeah, sure. But it's just because it wasn't in the forefront of their mind because you didn't plant the seed. So all we have to do is plant the seed. Most people seem to have this concept that you need to be on social media. They don't necessarily know the bigger picture about social media. They're just like, yeah, because it's the way and everybody's there. And then sometimes I'll stop and I'll ask clients, I'm like, okay, well, who's your target market? For example, I was consulting with a young lady that has a decluttering business. And she told me her target market is elderly people that are downsizing and have too many things in their house. So if I say to her, why do you need to be on social media? Because everybody's on there. No, your target market is like 70. You don't need to be on Instagram. You don't need to be on Twitter. Your target market is not there. You're wasting your time, you're wasting your money, and most importantly, you're not reaching your target market. So Google My Business, it's a great tool. I'm gonna say the number one thing about it, well, not the number of things, it's free. And it helps improve your visibility online. So basically, you just go online, you literally Google My Business. You go through a couple of steps. They email you a postcard and you input the verification code and you go through the process. Basically, you can provide all types of information about your business. You can upload pictures, you can put your hours of operation, your phone numbers, you can list testimonials, and everybody knows Google is like the #1 search engine. Very important to have a website and a professional email address. It's one of those things that helps to validate you as a person and your business. These days you don't have to, and I'm not nothing to Sean, when you're starting up, you don't have to have a $5,000 website. There's tools out there, there's like WordPress, there's Wix, there is Squarespace. There's all kinds of free tools out there that you can utilize, and they're kind of like, point and click, move this around. They're very easy for even the person that's not necessarily the most technologically savvy. And in terms of having a professional email address, sunshine69@hotmail.com, sending email out that to your customers like that, it's not going to garner you the most positive results. So I'm just gonna go through a couple tips here. Very simple, straightforward things that will help in networking. Smile. Yes, I see all the smiles out here. All right, Rainy smiles. Be yourself, don't try and sell. That's not what's important. If things are meant to be thereafter, they will happen, but don't go in with a hard salesman push. Oh, I sell this and this is what I can do for you, blah, blah, before the person has even said like 2 sentences. Because I think how many people are a fan of that approach? Okay, I see, you did 1, 2. Yeah, no hands, that's what I thought. All right, well, thank you for coming out. Drive safely and have a great evening.